Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana. William Ruto is in Kakamega County today. And there are some remarks he made in Shinyalu that clearly indicated William Ruto is betraying Musalia Mudavadi before his own very people. So in this video, I want you to listen to William Ruto, after which, as usual here, I'm just going to explain how William Ruto is betraying Musalia Mudavadi in the Mulembe Nation. Listen into this.
Watu tutawaambia waziwazi kwamba Kenya siyo ya watu watatu wanne. Kenya siyo ya familia wachache. Hatuwezi kukubali Kenya itekwe nyara na watu wachache. Eti wao ndio watatuamulia siasa. Eti wao ndio wanaamua uchumi. Eti wao wanaamua mambo yote. Ati alafu wanatafuta kibaraka wao, wanataka kuinstall eti ili walinde mali yao, alinde haki yao, wananchi wengine wanahangaika. Sisi tunawaambia enough is enough. We will not allow you to impose a puppet on the people of Kenya. Tunaelewana jameni, watu wa Shinyalu? Mutakubali ati mtu mmoja wawili waende waketi chini ati kwa sababu wako na uwezo na mamlaka? Tunaelewana? Ndio tumekuja hapa kusimama na nyinyi. Na tunataka mtuelewe. Mumesikia Omwami Musalia, uchumi bora, pesa mfukoni. Mumesikia Weta anasema haki na usawa. Mumesikia nikisema tunataka bottom up economic model ambayo itainua kila mtu. Tumeunganisha hii yote. Sasa tunawauliza watu wa Shinyalu, mnataka tushughulikie mambo ya katiba, tuongeze vyeo na mamlaka ya viongozi, ama tupashikile kwanza uchumi? Tubadilishe kwanza uchumi? Mnasema ni katiba ama uchumi? Tupange kwanza uchumi? Tubadilishe kwanza uchumi? Wale wanasema tubadilishe uchumi kwanza, nione kwa mkono.
Yes, that's William Ruto speaking earlier today in Kakamega, Shinyalu constituency. And listening to William Ruto, some things comes out very clearly, which I'm going to explain in this video. What is William Ruto's motive by making such remarks? That's our analysis and discussion right now. If in case you've just bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya. William Ruto, from that short clip, starts by saying, Kenya siyo ya familia wachache. William Ruto is just cleverly trying to bring back his dynasty versus hustler narrative. And I'm going to explain why he is bringing it back, while in the recent days, he has been quiet about that. Secondly, he goes on to talk about a puppet. Uhuru's side imposing a puppet on Kenyans. And that is seen as targeting Raila Amolo Odinga. And I'm also going to explain why he's actually talking about that. And then eventually, actually the main theme, he's talking about mnataka tushughulikie katiba, tuongeze vyeo na mamlaka ya viongozi, au tubadilishe uchumi kwanza. By stating that, he is just bringing Musalia Mudavadi cleverly into his attacks. And I'm going to explain these three things into details. Let's start with this first motive here. William Ruto is cleverly bringing his hustler, his dynasty versus hustler kind of a narrative. Why is he bringing it at this time, while all along, since Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula joined him, he has been very silent, or rather guided, about hustlers versus dynasties? Why is he bringing that kind of a narrative once again? From where I sit, William Ruto has been listening to the ground. And he is seeing that actually his popularity is actually declining. Since he joined hands with Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Masika Wetangula, his popularity is declining. his appeal among the hustler population is declining. And already he has seen that Musalia, Mudavadi, and Wetangula are adding him no value. So William Ruto is actually bringing back the hustler kind of a narrative, maybe to endear himself once more to the masses. And I know some Kenyans who do not really understand politics very well might still be tempted or rather be swayed by William Ruto bringing that back, that kind of a narrative. Hustlers versus dynasties. And he's bringing that kind of a narrative because he does not care what Musalia or Wetangula will say, because he considers them to adding him no value. So whether Musalia or Wetangula will feel targeted by those remarks, he doesn't care. He cares less because actually he believes Wetangula and Musalia are adding him no value. So he's just trying to bring this kind of a narrative to endear himself once more to the masses, because he has seen his popularity is actually dwindling. And then he's talking about the other side, Uhuru, or those familiar wachache, imposing a puppet on them. And that's being seen as a direct attack on the president and also on Raila Amolo Odinga. The president yesterday, while in Mombasa, declared war. He now declared that it's now politics time. Let's play politics. And in my considered opinion, that those remarks from the president carried a lot of weight. And William Ruto and his team, they are feeling that weight. Ruto and his team, they know fully well that when the president will hit the ground campaigning for Raila in Central, or rather in Mount Kenya, the president will tilt the scales in favor of Raila Amolo Odinga. And just as I've been stating in this YouTube channel, that by August, William Ruto will most likely be the most hated politician on the mountain. William Ruto is feeling the heat. The president remarks yesterday that now it's politics time. William Ruto is feeling the heat. So he just wants maybe to use this kind of a puppet, kind of a narrative, to walk away with some kind of a sympathy, or rather to gain some kind of sympathy amongst Kenyans, because he knows while the president will hit the campaign trail on the mountain, while the president will start campaigning for Raila on the mountain, William Ruto will just be history on the mountain. William Ruto is just trying to get some sympathy among residents of Mount Kenya. And then eventually, or rather finally, finally, William Ruto is asking Kakamega residents, munataka tushughulikie katiba, tuongeze vyeo na mamlaka ya viongozi, au tubadilishe uchumi kwanza? In my considered opinion, that was William Ruto's motive by uttering all those remarks. His motive was very simple. He is there to make sure he betrays Musalia Mudavadi. He is there, or rather he was uttering all those remarks to make sure he digs Musalia Mudavadi's political grave very deep in Western. And how is he achieving that? Already, William Ruto knows he has shortchanged Musalia Mudavadi in terms of leadership, how they are going to share power. Already he knows he has shortchanged Musalia Mudavadi, because leadership and politics is all about power. William Ruto and Musalia and Wetangula might have sat somewhere, and they might have shared some positions amongst themselves. William Ruto knows for a fact he shortchanged Musalia Mudavadi, and he knows it's very hard for Musalia Mudavadi to go and explain to his people how he decided to drop his presidential bid to support William Ruto, and actually is gaining nothing for supporting William Ruto. Because largely in the power structure, or rather in the power sharing formula we have seen so far, it's only Malala and Sakaja and some of these allies who are gaining. Because Malala negotiated for Ruto to actually abandon Boni Aluale so that he could be supported for Kakamega gubernatorial seat. So Malala gains there. William Ruto now dumps Alwali for Malala. And then in the city, William Ruto dumps Wanjiru for Sakaja. So in that agreement, it's only Sakaja and Malala who are actually gaining. Musalia Mudavadi has actually been shortchanged. He's supporting William Ruto and is getting nothing. Not even a running mate or being supported for the presidency. So William Ruto knows clearly he has shortchanged Musalia Mudavadi. And he knows there is no language Musalia Mudavadi can use to convince the Mulembe nation to support William Ruto, or rather to agree with him. So he's cleverly trying to bring this narrative. Munataka tushughulikie katiba tuongeze vyeo na mamlaka ya viongozi. Mark that word ya viongozi. Au tushughulikie uchumi kwanza. William Ruto is just trying to prepare the Mulembe nation psychologically that Musalia joining him. The Mulembe nation should not expect any view or rather any chill to be given to Musalia Mudavadi. He is just cleverly trying to prepare the Mulembe nation psychologically to accept that fact. So that eventually, when now William Ruto appoints a running mate, who is not Musalia Mudavadi, then he shall have prepared the Mulembe nation psychologically to be alive to that fact that actually Musalia is to get nothing from his power, from his agreement, or rather his arrangement with Musalia Mudavadi. In my considered opinion, William Ruto already knows that when the Mulembe nation, when that will be clear to the Mulembe nation, that Musalia Mudavadi will be getting nothing, Musalia Mudavadi shall have been buried deeper politically than actually he is today in the Mulembe nation. So in my considered opinion, I believe strongly that William Ruto is betraying Musalia Mudavadi before the Mulembe nation, and is betraying Musalia Mudavadi in broad daylight. Yes. And Musalia Mudavadi maybe is not understanding actually why William Ruto is making those remarks. William Ruto is preparing the Mulembe people psychologically to a possibility, or rather to get acquainted to the fact that Musalia is not getting any position in William Ruto's government. And then by William Ruto also coming out in broad daylight in Western, in the Mulembe nation, he is also cleverly preparing Musalia Mudavadi to accept, for Musalia to accept to support him for nothing. He's preparing Musalia psychologically that, you know, even your people have no problem with you supporting me, but you are getting nothing. So he's also cleverly just helping Musalia Mudavadi accept to support him without Musalia getting anything. And you know, power is all about, politics is all about power and positions. Unless you are a politician with no ambition, you can accept to support somebody without getting anything. In this case, William Ruto is burying Musalia Mudavadi deeper and deeper in Western. He is actually betraying Musalia Mudavadi before his own very people in Kakamega, and to a larger extent in the Mulembe nation. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did state when you were starting, if in case you've just bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana.